It was a laugh that didn't belong to someone in pain. Not the soft, broken sound that slips out in self-defense, nor the weary chuckle of a person trying to survive their own unraveling. No, this was sharper, more biting, a wound twisting, the kind of laughter that lets you know you're the joke, and that the punchline arrived long ago. I was standing in the hallway, still damp from the shower, half a drink in my hand. The house was warm, the air thick with the lingering scent of perfume and cheap wine. Her friends were over. 3 of them, all a little too loud, a little too drunk, and far too comfortable. I wasn't supposed to be there. They thought I had gone to bed. And then I heard it. Her voice, light and soaked in gin, floated through the air, casual, almost offhand. He's too stupid to realize I've been cheating for years. They erupted in laughter, the kind that rattles the walls. Someone clinked a glass, someone else wheezed. I stood there for a while, frozen, the drink warm in my hand, condensation dripping down my fingers like sweat. I didn't say a word. I didn't make a sound. I just turned around, walked back to the bedroom, and sat on the edge of the bed like a man who'd just remembered something awful in the middle of a dream. Silence is underrated. People think it means you don't know what to say. But sometimes silence is a scalpel, cold, clean, precise. I didn't confront her. I didn't rage. I didn't even change the sheets. I just waited. You see, the thing about betrayal isn't always the act itself. It's the rehearsal. The way it becomes muscle memory. The casual way it takes up residence in someone's body. I should have seen it before. The late nights, the sudden new hobbies, the passwords that changed as if the weather shifted with them. But love is a funny filter. It makes you blind to the obvious. It makes you see warmth where there's only light. I think deep down I knew. I knew the way she stopped kissing me like she meant it. The way she started looking at her phone like it was her lifeline, rather than just a tool. I remember catching her smiling at a message she didn't want me to see. She lied about it, like she was swatting at a fly, quick, annoyed. But that smile, it stayed with me. It wasn't mine. We'd been married for 11 years. I'd built her bookshelves, painted the nursery myself, even though we never filled it. I remember once she told me she loved the way I made coffee, called it my love language. I didn't know languages could expire. A week passed after that night. I said nothing. I slept beside her like I was made of wood. I watched her play the role, laughing at my jokes, texting under the covers, kissing me with just enough effort to keep the illusion alive. It was like watching a puppet show you've already seen. You know the strings are there, you just stop caring. Then came the day she showed up crying. It was a Tuesday, cloudy. My phone buzzed first. 10 missed calls, 2 voicemails. I ignored them. When she showed up at the door, her makeup smeared like ink, I didn't feel anything. I just opened the door and watched her crumble. She said she'd made a mistake, said she was confused, said she was sorry. And for a moment, just a moment, I saw the girl I married, not the woman who'd weaponized my trust. I saw the girl with paint on her jeans and stars in her eyes. That's the worst part, you know. Grief doesn't come all at once. It comes in these little echoes of who someone used to be. She asked me if we could talk. I stepped aside, let her in. She walked through the house like it was a crime scene. Like she could feel what she'd done clinging to the furniture. She sat on the couch, the same spot she'd laughed from that night. I didn't join her. I just stood across the room and handed her a manila envelope. Her hands shook when she opened it. Inside were photos, messages, hotel receipts. A copy of the private investigator's report I'd hired the day after I overheard her confession. There's a moment when someone realizes they're not in control anymore. It's quiet, still, like the air has been sucked out of the room. I watched her read, watched her fall apart in slow motion. She asked why I didn't say anything sooner. I told her I wanted her to finish the performance. She begged, but it was like listening to static. Her words didn't mean anything anymore. They were just noise. Noise people make when the truth burns too hot to touch. She asked if there was someone else. I laughed. Not because there was, but because she thought this was about someone else. As if my pain could be replaced. As if people were interchangeable. I didn't kick her out. I just left the room, packed a bag, and left the house to her. I'd already signed the papers, quietly, efficiently. She didn't even notice when the accounts were split. Funny thing about betrayal, it doesn't end with a bang. It ends with indifference. Now I live in a smaller place. No garden, no second sink. But the silence here is honest. Sometimes I make coffee the old way, just for myself. Sometimes I catch the light in a certain way and remember what it felt like to believe someone could never lie to you. But mostly I sleep. And that, I think, is a true ending. Not revenge. Not even justice. Just peace. The kind that comes when the storm is over, and all that's left is the wreckage, and a quiet realization that you're still standing.